Hi everybody, this is Sharia Shahid and you're watching All of Your Business. Like every day, we are going to talk about some major economic developments in the country and across the globe. Without any further delay, let's move towards our guest, Mr. Mitab Haider. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you, sir?
I am fine.
Sir, how do you like the nature today?
It's beautiful weather in Islamabad.
Islamabad
And
has always...
I will always request our dearest audience that they should visit Islamabad.
Islamabad. It's a beautiful city.
Of course.
Sir, I'll begin the podcast with the first question, and that's actually a very good news. SBP, IFC, they sign an agreement to strengthen local currency lending in Pakistan. Sir, is this a game-changing step towards the strengthening of Pakistani rupee? And when we talk about this development, how it is going to affect the private sector?
Actually, this is meant to promote the private sector in
Okay.
Pakistan. IFC is the private lending arm of the World Bank. And they have committed $2 billion per annum for next 10 years. It means they are going to disburse $20 billion over the next decade. So this signing of memorandum of understanding will provide an enabling environment to both IFC and State Bank of Pakistan to ensure lending for the private sector. And one thing is very important. Recently, IFC has provided more than around $400 million for the acquisition of Telenor Pakistan by the PTCL. So they are lending and promoting the lending to ensure that the private sector must take a leading role in Pakistan. And Pakistan cannot achieve high growth trajectory without promoting the private sector.
Private sector. And sir, what do you feel, how long it's going to take for Pakistan to actually implement all the things?
Actually, there is a need to reduce reliance of the borrowing from the banks by the government of Pakistan. Government of Pakistan, because of the fiscal deficit, had remained a desperate borrower in last few years. Now, under the IMF program, this reliance has been on decline or decreasing. So when there will be liquidity, the banks will have no other option but to lend this money to the private sector. And when they will lend more to the private sector with the reduced policy rate, then it will help to promote the economic activities in Pakistan. But on the short-term basis, policy rate is hovering around 11%.
Absolutely.
And the recent KIBOR has indicated that it has slightly gone up rather than witnessing any reduction. But it is hoped that after few months period, the policy rate is going to be reduced, and then the private sector will be able to draw the maximum lending from the banking sector.
So, having said that, we are talking about inflation. We have been talking about the high prices of internet and vegetables. Tomato prices have sharply risen, and now if we draw a comparison, we draw parallels with the chicken prices. The chicken prices are probably 400, 500 rupees, and tomatoes are touching 700 rupees per kilogram. Sir, what is happening?
Yesterday, I visited some markets.
Okay.
And I bought tomato 400 to 500 per kg at retail level.
Oh my God.
So its prices increasing, and it's mainly because of certain factors, because of floods, blockade of roads, and blockade of certain bordering areas. Now there is a need to undertake a plan to import tomato from regional countries, keeping in view the disruptions in the supplies, because there are disruptions in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa
Hmm.
There are disruptions in supplies from
Hmm.
Punjab
Hmm.
because of floods and because of delay in the crop from Sindh. So I think there is a need to import it on the immediate basis so that its skyrocketing prices can be reduced.
So just like we talked about the wheat crisis in Pakistan. So what do you think of for how much time the inflation is gonna bother us more?
I think food prices might see or witness some increase
Hmm.
because of floods.
Hmm.
And that was the reason that in recent negotiations with the IMF, Pakistan has increased its bandwidth of inflationary pressures.
Hmm.
Earlier, it was projected that it will be hovering around 5 to 7%.
Hmm.
Now, it is expected that it will remain 7.5%.
Hmm.
So slightly, it might see some
Hmm.
increase, but on the medium term basis, I think this inflationary pressures is a temporary phenomenon. If we improve the supply side, especially the agriculture sector, because agriculture sector production especially will play an important role
Hmm.
to achieve reduction in inflationary pressures.
So, sir, having said that, my favorite question, sir, I was just reading that petrol prices are likely to decline further. So, how much true is that?
There are expectations that the in prices of fuel products in international market
Hmm.
are going to decrease. It's anybody's guess,
Hmm.
but we hope that in the last fortnight basis when the
Hmm.
Ministry of Finance reduced the fuel prices, this trend will continue
Hmm.
until and unless the global demand increases.
Hmm.
So the if the global demand increases, then the fuel prices will go up. But it is in the interest of Pakistan
Hmm.
that we have the largest import bill of fuel products.
Hmm.
So if it reduces, it will help our policymakers and economic managers to build up the foreign exchange
Hmm. Hmm.
reserves.
Hmm. Hmm.
Why? Because we are going to spend 16 to 20 billion
Billion
dollars
dollars. Hmm.
per annum on oil and gas import.
Hmm. So FBR has gone after more than 20 social media influencers for hiding their real income. We talked about that in the previous podcast that FBR is planning to actually launch a crackdown against people who hide their real assets and income. So, do you think how many people in Pakistan would be hiding their real assets, like we talked about social media thing? And having said that, do you think it's gonna be a fair thing? Because on social media, everybody tries to portray themselves as extravagant people.
Actually, sir, there is a need to understand. FBR has established a lifestyle monitoring cell.
Okay,
Okay,
and that is after actors and
no,
social
no,
media.
they are actually scrutinizing all those who are displaying their luxurious lifestyle on the social media.
Hmm.
But when they scrutinize their filed income returns, they have filed negligible income or assets. For
Assets, yeah.
instance, in the latest development, FBR has identified more than 20 people who have displayed that they are living a luxurious life. For instance, there is a one case where one guy
Hmm.
belonging to southern Punjab,
Hmm.
he possessed more than 19 vehicles. And
19.
latest one, the actual worth is more than 640 million rupees. But if you see his filed returns, his income is hovering around 1 million or 2 million rupees. So when there is a mismatch, that has been forwarded to the respective regional taxpayer offices
Hmm.
to inquire
Hmm.
that why they didn't conceal their real income.
Hmm.
And it's called tax evasion.
Hmm.
It's rampant in Pakistan. We always blame the FBR that they are unable to increase or broaden the tax base. But there are two problems. One problem is that anyone who has plenty of wealth is outside the tax net. Another one is the concealment of income,
Hmm.
that he or she is not showing its actual worth.
Hmm. Hmm.
So FBR has taken some measures, and
Hmm.
let's hope that it will help to promote tax compliance culture in Pakistan.
And transparency as well.
Of course.
Sir, government has finally approved the wheat policy 2025 to 2026, and they have set the rate of rupees 3,500 per 40 kg. Sir, I would like you to please tell in the simpler words what this wheat policy is to our audience and how it is going to have an impact or how it would be beneficial for Pakistan as an economy and for them, for the audience, for the citizens.
Actually, under the IMF program,
Hmm.
the support price mechanism was suspended in the last year,
Hmm.
because of which the government didn't announce any support or indicative price,
Hmm.
due to which the overall production of wheat decreased. That's why I already told you in the last podcast that Pakistan might have to import 1.5 to 2 million tons to meet the deficit till the next crop.
Hmm.
But now, for the next crop, government has approved a new wheat policy under which they have given an indicative price of 3,500 per 40
Per
kg.
40 kg.
But Sindh has opposed it because they are saying that it should be more,
Hmm.
keeping in view the overall input cost,
Hmm.
especially the fertilizer, the pesticides, or the fuel prices, or the other inputs. But to promote wheat, production of wheat, government has come up with this policy,
Hmm.
and I hope that they have also taken the IMF into confidence, because under the IMF program, there was a structural benchmark that there will be no support price mechanism for the wheat.
Hmm.
And I can tell you this, that this wheat overall market, the transaction is hovering around 2 trillion rupees.
Trillion rupees.
It's a huge.
That's huge.
So, keeping in view the flood situation and keeping in view the requirement, the government has come up with this new uh, wheat policy with the approval of the cabinet.
Hmm.
But I think they might have consulted with the IMF, and IMF had granted them endorsement for this policy, after which it was approved by the cabinet.
Hmm. Thank you so much, sir.
Always welcome.
That's all for today. If you want us to discuss some specific topic or if you want to add something in our conversations, do let us know in the comments. Take care.